Hello all, this is Zimnala coming at you with another adventure in the world of Shining in the Darkness. We're picking our adventure up in the Darkness Edition version 1.51 where we left off, and we are going to be heading into the Trial of Wisdom this time. This is going to be new territory for me, so I'll be taking my time and writing down figures for the monsters. I think we're fully decked out. I don't think there's any more items I can actually buy anyway. There's like one more item I could get, which would be, I guess the Jacko Butches can drop a steel helm, which would potentially help our main character, but unless they're showing up at the beginning of the Trial of Wisdom, I'm probably not going to go back into the Trial of Truth in order to chase him down, but it is an option. Oh, we're not going that way. I'm just on autopilot, don't mind me. We'll get there. Now there are some upgrades we can get in that dungeon, specifically the Sword of Storms, which might be actually a pretty decent upgrade. So we'll be on the lookout for that one. I don't remember the Grimwall doing anything fancy, so I'm not gonna mess around. I guess the mod developer said that they're gonna make the bosses a little more interesting in an addition that they'll set up afterwards, after I finish this playthrough. So I guess be on the lookout for this to change a little bit, but yeah, this is gonna be how the current version of this is, so if you like what I see, definitely follow the works of this mod, and it should hopefully just improve. It still awaits to be seen on whether it's going to be harder or easier than Battle Edition. I think you're going to be less likely to party wipe in this, but there's more than one way to make difficulty, so we'll see how it goes. So these war lizards were actually a little spicy. They can do critical strikes, and they have some pretty tanky HP, so if we get unlucky, they'll hit us pretty hard, but probably not fatally, so we're probably fine. These guys just do the force, and that's not really anything that dangerous. We'll see if Jacko Butches show up. Now they were summoning monsters from, I think, the second layer of the labyrinth, so the Jacko Butches are actually a little spicy, so we're gonna just head down and just map out this area. Oh, look at you guys. So these are the smokes. They got the golem thing going on, huh? Alright, we'll get your entry set up. It's just 2, so it should be pretty easy to determine their EXP and whatnot, so we'll just attack them and see how it goes. You got critical hits. That's a pretty good critical hit. So yeah, you have 135 and 80. Okay. And it does critical hits. Okay. So that's one creature down. Let's heal that up. That was a pretty solid critical hit, I'll give him that. Oh, look at you being upside down. That's real interesting. I've never seen someone do an upside down sprite for these guys. Or any monsters, actually. The shadows look kind of weird, though, I won't lie, but I mean, it's still pretty neat. So there's 5 of them. This shouldn't be too hard to get the EXP from. Let's see what happens. So these guys ensnare. So they've definitely prolonged this to a second round. So they're not super sturdy. Let's see if we can't sort out their EXP pretty easy. 725, 400. Well, they're just 80 gold. That part's easy. 725 would be... So 145, so they are the next step up. In terms of what it thinks are difficult. Cool, so these guys can ensnare. They didn't do much damage though, so unless they have something else going on, they might not be too bad. Well, that's 2 entries sorted out. Upside down spiders, huh? Interesting. Hey, Jacobutches. Alright, we'll give them a try. You know, I guess that would have been an option to get their EXP, as if we just like managed to surprise one, so we're gonna get that chance now. So we're gonna definitely have to keep track of this. Make sure we kill them without them summoning more things. So what do we got? 580, 395. Let us sort that out. So that would be... So that's 175 gold. That's actually pretty good for that area. Let's sort out the EXP next. So 400 EXP, actually that's quite a lot of experience. Not too bad. That would put them better than ghosts, actually. So let us put them in their right spots. Cool. So yeah, if we wanted to get the steel helm, we could probably kick around here if we wanted to. There's some other enemies that can drop some upgrades. The Driffids, apparently, can drop a good flail. Better than the normal flail. So... Sea Stallions again, huh? These guys weren't too scary. They could do double attack, and that was the only thing I noticed about them. So which one of these is progression? I just don't remember off the top of my head. But there definitely are a few monsters that I wouldn't mind getting the drops of here. There's another one that drops Magic Shield, but we're probably not going to switch from the Madu for it. I think the attack will be too valuable. Yeah, the other one's probably... Well, you had a chance to do something. I guess we could just kill it. I doubt they do anything exciting on their own. That would make them too interesting. So let's see if we can't do something with these guys. So one of them we will get to fight. Maybe two of them? Nah, one of them. Okay. Still a chance with our item though. I think the fungoids are deep monsters, so we might want to make sure we kill those guys. With prejudice. They didn't do anything too dangerous to us, but they do have a lot of experience, so it's worth killing them for that reason alone, actually. Because a couple of levels might actually let us catch the Jacko Butches. It's like she was catching up to some of them. That's 5 more of her speed, so that probably will help her. So we can't get that one. That's an end of this area thing. We are probably going to have to come through here more than once though, so we don't really have to belabor the Jacko Butches too much, but if it happens, it happens. Because there's multiple paths to going through this area anyway, so we're definitely going to explore 2 of them. There is a 3rd area that has our friend die, but he's needed for the final battle against the Dark Lord, so we're gonna let him just chill here and just level up against these monsters. He's clearly busy in this area, so. The prison door is nicely at the beginning of this one, so we wouldn't have to go too far to get that. Nope, they ain't gonna answer you, my guy. They hate you. We got smoke. Got smoke with these guys, that's for damn sure. Better not hit me again. I mean, I doubt they have too many more abilities than what we saw. They probably just do critical hits. But maybe I'm wrong. I guess we could let him have another try. We'll defend up. We'll see what happens. Oh, you got the boulder. You can boulder. I guess that makes sense. Let's put that in there. Now, boulder is pretty much just non-elemental damage. I guess you can call it non-elemental magic. I guess it doesn't pierce defense though. We'll give you another try. Do something interesting. What do you got? Got nothing? That's what I thought. Actually, let's use an herb. That gives us something useful to do. Nothing? Alright, we'll give you another try. Do something. That's, I guess, something. Well, we gave them a few tries. I think they just do critical hits and probably the boulders. I mean, I think the Tarantias probably just ensnare and maybe they do something like poison. It's gonna take more than her going first to do it, so yeah, I had a feeling it might be like that. So we either have to rely on them deciding to attack us, or on Milo getting fast enough to actually do something, or her critical hitting. One of those things could happen. Also, we could ambush them again. That would be nice. But like if we go through here, we might level up a few times and just have a better chance of that in general. So I think sitting here and waiting for it might not be a good plan. We definitely have the resources to just tank damage for a while, so we don't have to worry too much about dying or anything. But there's at least one we get to kill. Okay, it's just one. That's fine. I'll accept it. Hey, look at that. At least they don't get to do anything the first time they're summoned. But this should be some good EXP. Ironically, killing these will actually solve the EXP problem for killing them faster. So it is an interesting loop. Although the only thing I actually want from them is the drop. I don't care as much about over-leveling. Oh boy. These guys can critical hit for a lot, so... hopefully we can kill quite a few. I think we could. They might not be a problem at all. Yeah, I'm just exploring down here to get it mapped. This is a penalty area. I guess Jacobutches are down here, so this could be a good place to fight them too, just this little penalty area. So we're faster than them like a quarter of the time. Okay. These are some interesting enemies to start with though, so I think this is more interesting than what this dungeon usually has, to be honest. So I'll say kudos to that. Yeah, I figured that he'd run. It's okay. We'll catch you sooner or later, you son of a gun, you know? So far, they only want to ensnare us. I do theorize that maybe they could also poison us. But I don't know. Look at you. You're just gonna totally get completely destroyed. I feel a little bad, but I mean, not that bad. You do have good mustaches, though, I'll give you that. So these guys' model is based on the golems, I believe. That's usually what the golems look like. And they're from the Labyrinth deep levels. Oh, you're a new one. Maze Runners. I guess that kind of makes sense. It's got one of the wolf models. The normal model they have is those eggs on legs. I love those things. They're hilarious looking. But you know what? It is cool to have new models. So we're going to try to figure out what the EXP on this is, because there is enemies that we know. Let's try to... Oh, you got Blaze level 3. That's not great for us. Let's write that down. It's not great, but it's probably not a problem. We've got enough HP to take a few hits of that. $551, $321. Okay, let's sort that out. So they're 81 gold, that part's easy. Bam. So for EXP... They're 146. That's an interesting number. So they're barely more EXP than the Tarantias. Okay, let's keep that in mind. I mean, that doesn't seem to follow the current progression, but it could be right. That's what my numbers gave me, though. So they can blaze level 3 and make our lives a little worse. We're gonna probably want to at least heal that damage. We are going to... We don't actually have to worry too much about mana a thing for itself, because unlike the last couple dungeons, there's not nearly as much those green nonsense areas. We're definitely gonna take our time and just map this area out, because we want to fight the Jacko Butches anyway. And it really doesn't matter how far we get into this place. Oh, look at you. Oh, you did it. You got us 2 of them. I'll take it. And it's much less about the XP. I really just want to get their item if I can. That would make things a little easier. If I don't have to wait to get it, it will be better. And having a couple extra levels wouldn't hurt with our trying to like experiment anyway, so. You gotta, it's kind of like being a blue mage, you gotta tank a few hits to find out what they do, you know? So being a little sturdy is pretty much a requirement. Yeah, this penalty area is a little bit of a weird design in general. But we're not gonna belabor it. We're not just hanging around to hang around. We can do that as much as we want, but that's not my goal. I just gave it a chance to do its thing. Hey, we completely slaughtered them. Oh boy. Well, definitely in these groups, the smokes are the priority targets. I haven't noticed anything that's especially dangerous about the— oh, you can poison. See, my theory wasn't wrong. Nice. Let's put poison hit in there. Cool. Well, let's take that off. Was it you? It sure wasn't. It was Milo then. Yeah, I get so— oh, look, that's could have been a bad group, but we actually surprised them, so I guess not. They're kind of sturdy too, so that's a problem. I wonder if these guys are the danger of this area, because they could be. These guys are potentially quite dangerous. I didn't notice them trying to go twice in the one battle I had where they were attacking us though, so. Unless they have double attack, they aren't as dangerous as the other ones. Yeah, if we still feel like we want it when we go through here and get to where I'm going, then I will come back to fight more of them. I still haven't seen these guys use Bolt level 2, so maybe they did get nerfed a bit. Hey, you actually managed to get it off, but it doesn't matter, we're not using spells on your ass. Sucks to be you. So this is the first of 2 of the puzzles of this area. It drops you down into those penalty rooms below, and, well, there is a map coming up that we could use to do it, and I might use it just for one part of it, but I largely don't need it to navigate this area. But I won't lie, I am a little sleepy right now, so I might do it as a safety for mapping out the middle section. Oh, you got something. You do have an ability. You got freeze level 2. Good for you. I was wondering, but cool. Good for you. So that's the first map. Nice to see that the Jacko Butches persist from here. I wonder when they drop off. Or do they drop off? They could just run the whole thing, but I kind of feel like that they don't. I feel like they do drop off. And if I was to guess, it's probably after you get to the hallway. Oh, did it glitch on me? It might have glitched. That's unfortunate. I also may have messed up my settings a little, so don't mind me as I resize this. Yeah, I think it's frozen, unfortunately. So that is something. It's frozen, but it's not actually paused, which is weird. Alright, so we might have to reset this and head back in. I am going to make sure that my thing is fixed for the stream. I did accidentally resize my window a bit, which is unfortunate. I did like the way I had it sized. Don't mind me as I fix that. Okay. Not perfect. Well, I guess we will reset this video. Don't mind me. Not the video, the game. Well, we came up with a bug, so that's a problem. So I guess we will head back in. We got data, so that's part of our testing. So if this happens again, we'll know that there might be a problem with that situation. That might be something that the mod developer needs to work on, but... And I've never had it freeze like that before, so... on any of the previous times I've played, so... We didn't actually get anything that was too important done there, so... I will end up wandering around and looking for stuff, so I guess, in the case that it actually might freeze again, after I map out a decent amount, I might leave and save it. Because I'm gonna keep track of it. Like, that was the lizardmen, maybe something they do freezes it, but like, we did fight a bunch of lizardmen, so I actually don't know. But yeah, like, I actually got startled enough by it freezing like that I tried to maneuver my window to see if something was going on, and it messed up my resolution a bit. So that was what that little fixing was about. It's fine. This just means we get to play around and find out more about these guys, so yeah. Hello, war lizards. Yeah, so if we do a decent amount of mapping or we find something interesting, I'll probably leave to save it just in case that happens again. So, just as a warning, if we do happen to get the item that we want, I will leave to go save that. We've already had it freeze once. Now, I don't want to assume that it was the lizardmen that caused it. I don't have enough data to back that up, but if it freezes again on lizardmen, we might actually, then I'll start considering it being a possibility. It was weird that it froze, but the music didn't stop, so I don't actually know what that was. Hello, Sea Stallion. Well, you do have this. Alright. So it has freezing breath. You didn't do that any previous time I fought you. You normally have it, though, in the base game. So I actually thought it was pretty weird you didn't. Alright, so we are here. Look at you continuing to try to attack us that way. Okay, I think I had that written down already. Yep, those are their two abilities so far, is the poison powder and divide. Neither of which is especially dangerous, so I guess there's that at least. Prison door. Look at you freezing again. This freeze level 2 is not too bad. So these guys are like the lizardmen in a way, but they're actually slightly more dangerous because they can critical hit for even more. Those guys went pretty fast if they managed to beat Pyra. That's kind of crazy, actually. Oh, that's right. He had speed. He had quick on him. Never mind. I didn't add it all together. So we got a broadsword. This is actually a weapon we have not seen. So we'll see what it does. So it's got 60 damage. Gonna write that down. I doubt anyone but the main character can use it, but I will pass it around. Oh yeah, let's Let's pass that around for a second just to see who can use that. We're gonna heal up a bit. I do suspect that none of them can use it, but we aren't going to assume that. I mean, the spear doesn't seem like one that people would be able to use, and they could use that one, so. There is a sword that she could use, but it looks like I was correct. It was not usable by anyone else. Let's give it back to the main character. Let's put it on and see if it has a special function that we can determine from using it for a battle or two. Well, it doesn't have flail ability. Let's just defend and see if it has, like, group attack. It does not. Okay. Determined. It is just a regular one. I figured so, because it is not a special weapon. It's just actually a normal weapon from the trader. This is going to be good EXP when we actually knock them all out though. So I'll take it. Actually, I did lose my bearings. I'm gonna check it. Too much looking at things. Yeah, we should probably put the other one back on. It's fine though. It's not gonna do anything special for us, I imagine. So yeah. These guys have poison hit. Did I know that? That might be new for us too. Nope, I didn't know that. So they also have poison hit. Let's put that in there. Hey, we got a second broadsword. How fun. So yeah, who's poisoned? Milo, let's get the poison off ya. Hello, Jacko Butches. Oh, at least we get to kill one of ya. Anyone else wanna try? Look at you, you both tried. Well, you also both died. Oh well. That's unfortunate for you. It's gonna be a good EXP payday though. That was a pretty good critical hit, I won't lie. I'll let her heal her own one. And I am sleepy if I gotta check to see which way I was going. It's okay. I don't need to be too awake for this. Hello, upside down spiders. I don't actually expect they have more abilities than we've seen, but I'll keep an eye out for it. So yeah, we'll be wandering around this place again once, just to map it out. We'll do one big old pass around it, and when we get back, we will do the pass to the middle again. They're also reasonably fast if they're beating Milo sometimes, so that is another thing of note. Oh boy. It's your rock, boys. I'd actually find it pretty funny if they were called smoke for the hood term. That would actually amuse me a fair bit. Look at you. You got, oh, they got kicks. Oh, that's right. That's actually what the maze runners normally do, because they have all legs. So actually, the fact that it says that for them is actually pretty funny. Also, this could be really, really dangerous, depending on what they decide to do. So. This could be party wipe, which I'll accept if it happens. We actually don't currently need our gold, but yeah, it's not good. But we're gonna survive for some reason, so let's definitely make sure we're more topped off than we were. Yeah, like I was saying, like this might actually be more difficult than Battle Edition, by the way, because like while they didn't do double attacks, they come in big groups like that, and they're fast. So as you can see, they did absolutely almost wreck us. So, and they're sturdy. They're much sturdier than the other guys. So. While we will solve it by getting a little faster and a little more HP and staying fully healed, they still have quite the potential to party wipe us if they all decide that's what they want to do. So, that is something. Also, if they ambush us as well. Like, I'm fine with something being more difficult than Battle Edition. As you saw, I beat that thing with just whatever equipment I found. So, I have no problem throwing myself into the meat grinder, but I guess you gotta decide if that's what you want the balance of this to be. But you'll see, like, we'll see if it's actually a constant danger or if just if you get unlucky danger, because it only almost happened. It didn't actually happen. Oh boy. I mean, can you believe that Pokemon stole that whole, who's that enemy from this? I think that's absolutely wild. I mean, look at this. Is that not who's this enemy? Oh, that's right, we should probably focus down this guy first. We're almost back to where we were when we had that weird freeze, so we'll see if any of that occurs again. I don't think it had to do with location. It might have had something to do with something that the Lizardman tried to do, because it was in the middle of battle with Lizardman. But it was right here, and Lizardman did appear right here. Wasn't right here, but it was right around the corner from here. Because we did get the map first, and we walked in the next room, and that's when it crashed. But I don't think it's location. It might have just been luck. We'll see. At least one of them decided they wanted to play. Yeah, if we do get their drop, I'm leaving immediately, but it didn't happen. You don't have to surprise us. I'm fine with you not. They just gotta go fast, man. They just gotta go fast. Well, so far so good. So I am gonna use the map just to see how this last area is, so not on the right side. Okay. 'Cause that's the one I don't remember, is this little middle area. The rest of the pitfalls in this one are pretty easy to remember. Goodbye. Oh, I thought you were just gonna run away. Alright, well, we'll play with your friends. Oh, we are gaining XP at least. Goodbye. Don't mind me, I was thinking buffering, you know. Okay, we sorted it out. That's the same axe we've gotten several times. It's nothing new, we're just gonna sell it, but hey, at least it's treasure. It's worth about 1,000. You don't want to play with us. Guess we haven't seen one of these guys in a minute. Oh, that's that puzzle sorted. So far, so okay. Hi guys. How's it hanging? So there's a couple of ways we can go here. Ah, that's actually something we wanted. Alright, we'll take it. We are going to put that on immediately. Actually we're gonna shuffle things around very slightly. So she is going to wear it. I'm gonna make sure no one else can wear it, basically. Yep, can't wear it for you. I doubt Milo can wear it. Sure can't. So this is still a Pyra only item. Cool, cool, cool. We will check that out. So this is, as you can see, 15 stronger. So let's get an entry for that in there. Steel whip. Not the hero, not Milo, and Pyra can wear it. And that would make it be 60 attack. We'll figure out what it's worth later. But for now, that's good information. And that will actually be a decent upgrade for her. Cool. I doubt it has any special abilities. I bet it's just stronger. So yeah, we got a couple ways we can go. We're gonna go this way. Oh, you are a new enemy. Night Wraith. Let's see. I do have, like, the listing of what enemies are coming. These ones have the ability to drop healer fruit, so they're nothing too astounding. I don't have any idea what they do, but that sprite tells me it could be bad for us by default. But these guys definitely are bad news bears, so let's see what it does. Okay. So that is the way to progression. This is an item. This is the fire sword. So we're gonna give this item around. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to shuffle things around a bit. I doubt. Oh, you can wear this? You can wear this. Good for you, Milo. Good for you. Okay. Okay, then we will give this to Pyra, see what she can do with this. You cannot wear this. So this is a main character and Milo weapon. Which is interesting, because normally only the hero can wear it. What does this do for us? This is quite a lot. That is 85 attack. So I'm gonna make an entry for that. Hero, Milo, not Pyra. 85 attack. That is the highest we've seen. This also has a usability, kind of like the fire staff. So yeah, we're going to put this on. We're gonna see what it does. We're gonna see if it's group attack. We're gonna see if it's like a flail. Maybe it's just single attack. It might not have a special ability while attacking, but it might. So this is another enemy we haven't seen. I also didn't write down the EXP of that battle, so I didn't actually get that information. I was so distracted, so yeah, we are going to keep that in mind. These guys drop the magic shield if we get lucky. So we are filling up on equipment though, so they hit pretty hard. Didn't use any abilities though. It's also not a good example to check for what that can do. So 650 and 300. So 325 and 100 gold. I think that's right, but I mean I might have missed up on the gold, but we got the first part done. We'll fight more of them. We'll see if it matches. Let's heal up. So yeah, I do think that this is the main hallway, so we will actually probably return to the base soon. Come back. We did get a lot of good items, so we probably should just do that before it bugs out again. So yeah, let's return to town and clear out. We are mostly full up on items as well, so there's more than one reason to do this. Well, that was eventful. So yeah, let's actually get in here. Let's sell off some stuff, get like the gold values on stuff. So I don't think it's too likely we're gonna need the long spear. Again, let's be honest, like we're gonna find this is already better already by default, so we don't need that in our pocket. We're gonna sell this, we already know what this is. Get out of our lives. We also don't need this map. We don't need the broadsword. So 6750. Let us see. This is a normal item sold by the trader when you unlock them. But this looks like it's 9,000. So let's write that down. Let's sell the other one we got. Let us sell the steel whip. I mean this, and we're gonna forget the price of the steel whip. We're not gonna actually sell it right away. This will tell us how much it might be sold for. I believe that makes it $9.99. Just all nines. That's kind of funny, so let's write that down as that for now. It might actually be different, but we'll confirm it later. It's definitely not an even number, that's for sure. So that's interesting. Let's see what it wants to sell this as. I did also realize I didn't have an entry for the fire staff as well, so we're gonna actually make one for that as well. And we'll try it in combat. So this right here, 1050, 10500 I mean, we can calculate that out if my fingers want to work. So that is 14,000. Okay. So we are gonna sell this when we're done using it, because we did confirm it doesn't have a bonus like the other one. The value is 5,000 gold. No. So we're gonna get out of this. We are going to actually check if we can equip it. We cannot. I think we can guess that both Milo and Pyra can use it, but we are gonna pass it around. Yep, and it gives 50. So we can write down 50 attack on that. We can write down not hero. We can write down that Milo can use it. I'm gonna guess that Pyra can use it, so I'm gonna write it down, but we will pass it along and give it a try. Now, so we are also going to save it real quick, just in case something happens. I don't want us to lose having found these things and mapping what we mapped. Okay, let's go in and experiment on these enemies with the items we found. See if either of these function differently than we would expect. Oh, I bet. So these are different groups, so this will be a decent experiment on that, whether it's a flail or it's a group, so it's neither. Well, it could be the group, so I guess that's not a good example. Let's try again. Let's aim for an actual group. We know it's not functioning like a flail at the very least. Give me a group. Give me a group. A group of more than one. You didn't do it. I can do this. If it kills more than one, we'll know it's a group. It's not. That was a lot of damage. So now we will try with the fire sword to see if something happens. It does have a good critical hit chance. It is definitely critical hitting, quite a bit. Is it worth using over what we currently are? Maybe not. Maybe for bosses. I will save that for like the sentinels in the future. Is probably what I would use that for. For this dungeon, maybe not. But yeah, we are going to go in, we're going to sell off that, we're gonna sell off the wand. It's not really doing it for us, so I didn't mean to go back in. Let's put that steel whip back on though, while we are thinking about it. We're gonna sell the fire staff, we're gonna save it, and then we'll head in and try to finish that dungeon out. Alright, so far so good. Let's head back in. Oh, we didn't end up getting an item by the Jacko Butches. That's fine. It's actually not a critical item anyway, it would just be a steel helm. Which admittedly would be a good boost for the main character, but probably not the biggest boost. I'm gonna guess it's like 6 defense. It's also not a super rare item or anything, it's just a normal item from the trader shop that unlocks by beating this trial. So, if it happens, it happens. We'll kill them as we go through them. Should be a little easier now. Pyra did get stronger with that whip. Maybe she can one-shot them now, but maybe not. We'll see. Would be pretty cool if you could, though. Just saying. It's gonna take like no time to go. Oh, we surprised him. That'll work. That will definitely work. Doesn't look like we're one-shotting him though, unfortunately. But still, not terrible. Hello, Tarantias. Look at that, we're closer to taking them out with the two of them. Well, believe it or not, we're actually almost ready back to where we were at. A lot of time is spent mapping out the underground area. Look at you, that's a pretty good critical hit. There's some decent difficulty to this dungeon, I like it. It's good to have actual threats. Let's heal up. So we're back to this puzzle. Hello, Jacko Butches. Look at you howling. Look at you howling. Still 2 is not bad. Look at that puzzle solved. Look at us go. We are definitely getting the first hit more times than before, but still, we can't actually one-shot him, so that only does so far for us. So we're still relying on them deciding to actually fight us. And back to this corner. This time we're gonna go left. And a part of me is still wondering what those gnomes were trying to do with us with their strikes, because they kept on saying it didn't affect us. I've not seen that on an attack of any kind before. So I don't know what effect what they were supposed to have was. So that's where Die is. We're gonna come back for them at the end of the game. We'll probably see some of our new friends soon. Which way is it? This should probably lead to the door we would have come out of, so there is that. And this other way will lead towards where we came out on the other side. So it does all loop into each other. You guys were ones I didn't know what you did. I don't know for how much I want to let you try with a group this big, so if you do it, you do it. But I ain't gonna just let you do it. That's for dang sure. Yeah, I thought so. They tried to disole us. $750, $425. We already had them written down. Okay, so it was the cockatrice I hadn't actually gotten the values for. Understood, understood. Alright, I wasn't really sure on what the night rate's gold was. I should actually pay attention next time. Hey, iron armor. That's cool. That could be useful. Let's hand that around. Let's see what people can do with this. That's probably actually an upgrade. For someone. Not Pyra, though. I mean, not that I'm gonna probably give it to them, but still 55 defense is nice. We'll write that down. Iron armor. You are probably for the hero. You are for Milo, and not Pyra. And it gives 55 defense. Quite nice. We will pass it back to the main character, confirm they can use it, and they would need it more than Milo does. So a second one would be an upgrade for both of them. So that would be 15 more. We'll definitely accept that. Cool. And this is where the other one came out, so we are back where we were at. Now we do have a friend that could show up along this passageway normally. We will see if they want to show up. I do suspect that Jacko Butches can't come out this way, so I think we are past that being an option now. Here's another option for the prison door, but there's a different way to get that item. Well, actually, now that I think about it, oh, I didn't go far enough last time. Now that I remember it, I didn't, but there is still another way to get to that spot, so we will do it that way. What are we looking at? What's this area? So, yeah. The other way is a dead end, so we will explore this way first. Yep. We are almost to the second puzzle now. Yeah, we didn't take that last puzzle quite far enough, but I mean, it's fine. There's another way to get there. Look at this incredible trail. So this might be an upgrade. Actually, I shouldn't just assume that Milo's the only one that can wear it. Let's pass this thing around. Let's see what's going on. Nope. Nope. Alright, so it is an item for our friend Milo. Cool. Let's see what he thinks of it. So it is 10 more damage. So it is 40. Let's write this in his list. So it is not for the hero. It is for Milo. It is not for Pyra. It does 40 attack. Cool. I will probably wear that because it's good for multi-purpose things. Sorcerer is a new friend. These guys could drop a magic ring if they wanted to. So it does hit the whole group? 800, 560. Is it a group hit weapon now? So it is 200 EXP, and it is... 190... Nope, it is not. 140 gold. Cool. We didn't get any abilities off of them, so we will keep an eye out. Well, it seemed like it was an area effect damage one, like the flails. Not like the flails, but like the whips rather than like a flail normally would be, so... Oh no, actually, it hit that one twice. Then it does more hits than I would have expected. Interesting. That's actually quite good then. Look at you being a powerhouse, Milo. Now we don't know how many hits it does yet. That was at least 5. So that is where the next area is. Look at you being a ghost. We actually don't know what these ghosts were doing, but last time they didn't actually do anything. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm not going to assume that they do nothing, but we're going to defend. Oh, well that's not what I meant to... I didn't know you could run from these guys. Actually. Okay, let us just defend. Let's see what happens. What do? You attack. What do you got going on? Anything else? This looks pretty vanilla. Normally the ghosts don't actually do anything either in vanilla, and it's I've always thought that was boring. I don't even think we can use this to determine how many attacks it does. I think it's gonna die pretty quick. So it does 2. Does it do both? Does it hit everyone and hit them twice? Does it do that? I didn't know you could combine those abilities. Well, that's very, very interesting if true. So yeah, we are going to have to test that one out. Let's see if that's true. 2, 3. So that's how that works. So the way it works is it hits everyone once, and then it hits the last one twice. Okay, so very, very interesting. It is both a flail and a whip, but it doesn't interact the way I would have expected. So yeah, I should start writing that in. Flail and whip. I'll start making notes on what works as what. Flail, whip. So now we know whip takes priority. Very interesting. Okay, we will sort this out. Well, let's fall down the hole. This will let us get to where the map is anyway. So this is it. Alright. This is where we would have been if we had kept going before, so this will help us get back to where we were at when we went the first time. Do I want to let them try? I'm going to let them try one more time to do something that's not diesel. I bet diesel is the only thing they do, but I want to give them a couple tries to do anything else. Alright, I think that's enough tries to see if they'll do something else. See if one of these matches up and we can see it. Yeah, so this was where we had gotten to last time, so it did meet up with where we were at, so we'll just complete the loop. This leads back to that hallway and we'll just walk back in. I think. Am I crazy? I might be. No, this actually leads to where that treasure chest was, which is behind, yeah, that door. This is the map. Now we're back in the hallway. So I guess that's really cool that it's both a whip and a flail, and that's how it works. Like, that's something I learned new. I don't think that's something that could be changed. I bet that's a hard-coded thing in, and they never expected anyone to have an item that had both. So I don't think there's anything that can be done about changing that interaction, but I just found it really interesting. And that's why you test things, to see how it interacts. 150 and 85. So yeah, the rates are 150 and 85, so I had the wrong values. I thought I might. So that seems more reasonable. We don't actually know what the values for the cockatrice are, so let's get those. Okay, all written down. Let's kill these maze runners with them because they are dangerous. We don't know what the cockatrice can even do, but I'm gonna guess it's the paralyzed stuff they normally do. Do they freeze? That's not too bad. Freeze level 2. Cool. Let's see. 942, 462. Let's figure that out. So they are 150 gold. That is quite a bit of gold, but the sorcerers are actually right on that trajectory as well, so I'm not too shocked. So they're actually 325 for EXP, so they are considered stronger than the sorcerers by far. So I wonder if they have anything spicy in their thing that we didn't see, but all we saw was freeze level 2, so we will still put them where the EXP says they should be on this list, which is below the sorcerer. Cool. Let's make sure we're going the right way. Yes, this will lead us to where we were at. Cool. I still have faith we can probably finish this dungeon with our current resources. I can usually parse out this next section, but I'm gonna still use the map just because I am a little tired and I've been making videos all day. So. And this second one is a little bit more complex anyway. But the increase in damage from our steel whip and from the flail should actually let us kill these guys, hopefully with just the two of them, without having any spillover. Yep. And the flail action lets us take them out with the extra option. Nice. So now the flail works as spillover control for if there's just a little smidgen on one of them. Nice. See, look at that, working as intended, right? Yep, there were two little green pads, and then we were at the main part of it. Now, before I actually do the actual map portion of that, I'm gonna go to the underground and map out that big underground area. Even though it is a penalty zone, I like to map everything, so that is where that would be. This is a treasure chest we found. But there is a path that leads to stairs that lead to the penalty zone. And there is a treasure in the back of it anyway, but I don't remember it being anything important. So, we will get this mapping done. Now we should be having access to every enemy in this area for this dungeon, so this should be about as difficult as it gets, if I remember correctly. Oh, the fungoids are down here. Okay, so we can get a good balance on the fungoids. Alright. So there's 5 of these suckers. They should probably be dead after Milo, I imagine. Unless they somehow just miss. So 900 and 725. Okay. Let us parse that. That's 145 in gold. and 180 in EXP. Alright. Guess that makes sense that they wouldn't be considered super dangerous considering that they don't have very many abilities that I've seen. So they actually go between the Knight Wraith and the Sorcerer. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, we will map it out fully. This is just such a huge dang-ass room. I want to get a confirmation on these guys' values because it seemed pretty high, but, well... We got level 3 Blast. That's spicy. As on par with Blaze level 3. Definitely didn't like that for us, so maybe your reputation is earned. You're also very tanky. $1,300 and $600. Yeah, that is actually the right amount of experience. That is a lot of experience. And gold. Well, let's heal up after that. Actually, we have a bunch of healer fruits too, so let's clear those out. We still probably have enough mana for the dungeon, but I mean, I'd rather use them than sell them, actually. Saves us a trip through several menus. They're definitely insistent on doing some damage, that's for sure. Well, let's heal up again. We haven't caught anything new from these guys, but this is probably enough to be worthy anyway. Still don't really have a good handle on what these guys can do, so maybe I will give them a chance. I'll attack once with them. He should kill one of them, then we'll let the oh, well, maybe you're gonna kill both of them. It was a good theory. 200 and 190. Let's just confirm we got that. Was that 190? No, I'm gonna get a second read on that. I don't trust that value. I mean, obviously if they do enough damage, we will leave and come back, but we're still hanging in there. Look at you being a whole bunch of nonsense. Let's take out the one we know has a level 3 spell. I do theorize the other one's also a problem. Well, you do critical hits too. Of course you do critical hits too. You do that, don't you? Well, they didn't decide to do anything. I'm gonna let them have a turn just so we can get some readings on them. So we get an idea of how dangerous they are. So they draw their robe. Do you not use magic? Do you not know what magic is? Are you incompetent? Let's see. Are they incompetent? No, you got Bolt level 2 at least. That's probably what they got. They probably don't do another one. Bolt level 2 is one of the stronger ones. Alright, I thought they were just incompetent. They might also be incompetent. I guess I shouldn't assume that they're not. Okay, let's figure out if we moved. We did not. Okay, we're gonna continue our... Look at you being an absolute pile of garbage. We could probably kill all of them though. But that could have been a problem if they've all got Bolt too. It is a decent amount of EXP though. Look at you, just being all so divisive. Just trying to see if I did that after I moved or before I moved. Okay. I'm starting to lose the plot on this big map exploration, but it's okay. We've actually mapped almost all the complex nonsense outside of that one last little puzzle. And here's our grand prize. Look at this thing. 200 gold. Look at that. So amazing. Well, that's the big area sorted. Oh, I haven't seen you guys in a minute. You're gonna get some options in, aren't you? Well, I mean, he didn't do much. That's fine with me. Alright, now on for the main show. Let's use it. Let's see what's going on. I'm too tired for this nonsense, so yeah. There's nothing really important in any of these side categories, although there are a couple treasure chests. Or maybe there's only one treasure chest, I don't actually remember. Oh, there's two. Okay. Steel saber, we've already used that one, I believe. No, actually we had the bronze saber. We can get an entry for this. You can't use it. Fair enough. I'm pretty sure she can still use it. That seems likely. Yep. So it has a little bit more than the whip. I'm going to confirm that you can also use it. So it is worth 65. So we can put an entry for this in. Steel saber. It is for the hero, not Milo, and it is for Pyra. 65 attack. We'll check out the gold later. Okay. See how we are. Oh, I lost track of where it was. That's what happened. Whoopsie doodle. Alright, well we are just right here. Got lost and right in the entry. I probably should have paid more attention. Ruh-roh. We're fine though. Kind of. Wish they'd stop casting that on us though. We'll keep ourselves healed up. There's still some unknowns out here. So this one, I remember where this one is at least. And that is also a pit. Let us check again for this side though. It's just straight ahead and around the corner. So it's not the first one, I think it's the second one, but let's confirm. It sure is, but you can go one square like this. Then we turn left here. So what's funny is we can do this, we can do this. Of course. They are quite insistent on it. Go this way and check that. So yeah, it's the same thing but in the opposite direction. You just go here, go around. Then we just go straight to the corner. There is treasure and then there are hills. So we have some options in here. Oh, not what I meant to use. There is a treasure chest in this little alcove. Well, they definitely want to fight us, that's for sure. Okay. That's a dark block. I don't know, I guess maybe we'll test out a dark piece of equipment. Usually the best one is the hex one, so we'll make that one. But oh good. That's right. Run away, you coward. So yeah, just go straight and around to that. So the hole is in the middle of this next room that we need to go in, but we're gonna take a loop around it just to map it in. And we'll do something similar in this one because it's actually the same shape. But other than that, we've gone through everything complex in this dungeon. So Driffids are the last enemy in this. They actually do drop a better flail for us if we get lucky. So I do believe that they are the last enemy that we could encounter special in this, other than a special guest appearance of the Crushers. For some reason they didn't want to attack us, which I thought was super weird. So I won't question it too much, but let's give them a chance to do something. So they do the Sleeping Mist and Burst level 2. Okay, then we will kill them and get their EXP values, so we know probably most of what they can do. They do level 3 burst, that's not good. Well, I definitely am not going to give them breaks anymore, but that should be most of what they do, hopefully. 1,590. Okay, let's figure it out. So they give 145 gold. That is one part of it. They give 175 for EXP. Okay. I actually figured they would be considered more dangerous than cockatrice from the abilities I just saw, but I guess it's disagreeing with me. It actually is putting them below the sorcerer, to be honest. So I guess we will put them there. Okay. Well, we definitely got beat up a little bit. We will continue on our way. Look at you being such a mixed group. That should be most of the entries for this area done though. Like, we won't have to do that too much more. At least for making fresh entries. We might actually end up having a new ability or two at some point, but that's it for fresh. They are quite insistent on joining the party. Well, unfortunately for you, all of our attacks are multi-hit targets. So it doesn't matter how many of you come, you'll all die. I didn't let any monkeys get away, so I'm not gonna let you get away. Oh, here they are. I was wondering when they'd show up. So these guys are one of the mini bosses of this area. So, yeah. Let's get them in this party. So these are crushers. I don't think they've been reskinned. I think this is their normal color. So let's let them have a chance. They'll defend. They hit pretty hard. We gave them one chance. Now we're gonna crush them. They might explode. They might just attack. The first ones don't usually explode, but 1,900 is their gold and EXP. So they're gonna get into this list at that value. Cool. Let us look up what the list had for them on the Shining Forum. So Crusher has magic rings, supposedly. I guess that wouldn't be too bad to get. I'm not really gonna chase after it though. Yeah, they are sturdy enough to survive that, huh? Well, they did it. Cool, and that's the underground portion here mapped out. We're still going into the second part of the very last part of this with a decent amount of MP, so we should be okay. There is a green path we're gonna cross that will eat up a little bit of it, but it's not the longest path. And there's a second one that's a little shortcut that we will also take. Oh, this is the shortcut, actually. That shortcut's not a real shortcut, by the way. You don't really have to show off like this. Look at you just nibble them down. That's absolutely disgusting. So as you can see, this is most of the enemies, so we're gonna hopefully be able to kill these guys before they do too much to us. But they seem pretty fast too, which is unfortunate. For us, at least. It's unfortunate for us. They're not tanky though, so that's a little nicer. Oh, they do have double attack. Look at you go. That's not good. Okay. Let's write that down for them. They are single attack and double attack. Because I've seen both from them. Gross. So yeah, that is the green path. So this is the other side of that treasure chest you couldn't get at the very beginning. Herb water is not useful, actually. I don't really want you surprising me. You don't have to do this. Cool. So yeah, it's only 5 long. It's not a useful shortcut because it takes you right around this corner. But yeah, this is the last little bit. Just don't step in the middle and you're fine. So you can map every other square other than the middle and it is just fine. Of course you managed to do that. Paralyzed. Oh, they can paralyze you. Look at them go. They did it. You got paralyzed hit as well. New ability found. Cool. Let's get these pieces of garbage out of our lives. Let's heal up. Map the last bits of this corner out. There's almost nothing left to map, so we are actually almost done with this thing. Now there is a mithril block to go grab, and we're going to. Nope, still paralyzed, huh? Oh well. Okay, so this left actually leads to the very end of the level. We're not going to worry about that immediately. You don't have to surprise us. We're already surprised we're here. You don't have to surprise us. Yeah, this is just a passage to nothing. The other one is a passage to a piece of mithril after a green slime passage. So. Well, looks like they might get a chance to get us. Well, maybe the flail will clear it up. We can always hope. They really don't seem to want to cast a soul very much, but we did see them do it. So, they have it in their repertoire. I guess we could have used the other one. Make room in case something else pops. We do kind of want what the Driffids drop, but I think they follow us to the next level, so I don't think we need to hunt them here. Of course, they could be sports and just give us their item. That would be pretty nice. You know you wanna. You didn't. Womp womp. Another bolt level 2. That guy went pretty fast to beat out Milo, though. Let's keep topped off in case things get spicy, but we are, like, done. We have not much likelihood of being attacked. This is our final run. We made it. Huzzah. So much wisdom. We did it. So then we get to bail on this scene. We're going to go in here. We're going to talk. We did pass the trials. We did it. Okay, so we opened up the trader. Look at that. Bam, bam. Well, we've got a lot of gold to play with. I don't know how the prices in the shop are gonna be, but we'll find out when we get there. Okay, let's Let's actually go in here. We're gonna clear out first. Don't need the second map. We don't need this Morning Star. I'm not sure how easy it is to get Mithril going forward, but let me just see if it's on any drop lists in case you want to hunt it down. So yeah, there is an enemy that drops Mithril ore, so we don't have to worry about that. There's also one that drops dark blocks probably, so we'll keep an eye on that. Well, let's see. Yep, there are options for that if we want to hunt it down, so that's all I need to know. So yeah, we can use it to our heart's content. So let's craft with the two we got. We're going to make oh, I didn't sell the steel saber, did I? What do I want to make first? So she could, she could use a new hat. That's what she could use. I think that's a decent usage of it. Let's get her a hat. It's 24,000. So we're going to make the hex whip. That's usually the best one. I don't know if that's the case here, but that's 30,000. Okay, we're gonna actually leave. We're going to go back in. I think that's all you need to do is go out to there, but if we have to go in the dungeon, we will. Yep. Yep, so we get the Mithril Hood and the Hex Whip. They're gonna make the gambit around. We're gonna pass these around. Sure about that? Nope. So you can't do it. Milo can also wear it. So we're gonna hand it to each character. So we can't use it. Milo can't use it. So then we will basically, oh, well, I didn't mean to go in. Get out of here. We're gonna make entries for those. So this part might be a little boring for a second, so if you're bored by this, that's understandable. Mithril Hood. So it's not for the hero. It is for Milo. And it is for Pyra. What is the value on this? Oh, that is a lot, actually. That is 105. So that is 105 defense. So believe it or not, while it is going to be for Pyra eventually, I am going to actually give this to Milo for now. Because she can also wear the hood and she has more defense herself. But keeping Milo alive is the most important person to keep alive, so... Now we won't be able to take this off directly when we do this, so that is one thing to keep in mind, but this adds in 190 defense. Not defense, I mean offense. Hex Whip. It is not for the hero. Not for Milo, and it is for Pyra for 190 attack. So if this functions like the normal one, it basically every time you attack, you are probably going to be tied up for a turn. So let's go confirm that that's how that works. It's actually pretty useful because you're most likely to end the battle after the first turn. Using it. It will usually kill anything in one hit, so... First of all, we're going to confirm that it does not function like a flail. And it did in fact entangle us. So then we need to confirm that it actually functions like a whip. So that requires that we actually attack a group that has more than one in it. So different cursed items can have different cursed effects, and that one is still the one that ties you up, so that's fine. That's usually how it works. But let's confirm with the real group. It sure is. Okay. Okay, let's go back to town. We're gonna probably use that, but one thing is that we won't be able to tell what else she can wear, so for a second I'm gonna actually save it and take off the whip, which might seem crazy. We'll put it back on. But I'm gonna want to buy weapons for the other two to try out, maybe. So. At least one. Well, actually, maybe weapons aren't the first thing I'm gonna buy. Maybe they do just need to worry about armor. Their weapons aren't too bad. But we'll take a look. So here's what they got. They got the flail, which was one we could find. It also has the bull whip, which is somewhere in the middle of the whip line. There's the short spear, which is weaker than the other spear we had. There is the double axe, which I think we've seen this already. The bronze lance, which we haven't seen. The battle hammer. The broadsword, which we've already had. The iron lance and the steel lance, so... Let's look at how the armors are. So we've seen the leather robe, we've seen the iron armor. We don't know how these are. That is actually pretty expensive, but there is that. We're just gonna look to see like how the values on these are. So there is only one more helmet we could get, which would be the steel helm. So that would be 6,000. So we might actually try to get that from the Jacko friends. But what we can do from this is we can determine if Milo can wear it. So Pyra cannot wear it. I guess it's not expensive enough for me to change though. So yeah, Milo could have worn that. Let us see how much value that would be. So 6,000 isn't enough to chase after. I'm crazy. That would be 50 defense. So let's write that in our list. So that would be for the hero. That would be for Milo. And not for Pyra. And it was what? 5,800? We'll check it again. And that gave us 50 defense. That's not too shabby. That was more defense that it added than I thought it would. So that would have been a good upgrade. They're at 240, they're at 229. This would actually bring them a little bit more into parity, which isn't bad. So we can see this. So this would be worth 4,000. I actually thought it'd be worth a decent amount more. But that's fine. We can get rid of our iron helm. Actually, let's see what the mithril and stuff would have sold for. So it is just the price we paid for it, so it would be 24,000. And 30,000 for the whip. I didn't know if you got a discount for using that, but I guess you don't. That's fine. So there's 3 options for shields. I don't think we actually want any of them, but we will check them out when we have excess cash that we don't need anything else to do with. So what we do actually want is we do want armor. So we are going to check out both of these actually, unfortunately. Who can wear this? Pyra cannot use this. Can Milo wear this? Milo can wear this. Next, we're going to check out the magic mail. Can Pyra wear this? Pyra can wear this. So then we're going to pass it around now that we have that information, and we are going to see who else can do this stuff. I also forgot to check the value of this hood, so that is 60 defense. So that becomes 80 for steel and 95 for magic mail. Wow. So 40 for steel. That's quite a jump. That's actually quite a jump. So we're gonna write these down. It is steel armor. I guess that is the value proposition you have going on. So that is actually less defense that adds than iron. So that may be something you want. Oh no, it's 80. My bad. Ignore that. So that's 80. I was gonna say that was less defense than the other one, but no, it's actually more. That's fine. So was that 9? 9's across the board. Yep, that was 9999 gold. Okay. So let's make an entry for magic mail. What we know about it is that Pyra can wear it. We didn't actually test the other ones, so we are going to have to do that. Other than the fact that we know that Milo can, so let's pass that around. And let's pass this around just to make sure that's all across the board. So, yep, they can all wear that one. So obviously he needs this the most. And you need that one the most. So I am gonna go like get entries for things I didn't actually have values for. So the iron armor is 5600. Also, am I crazy? I need to go check the value of defense on the magic mail. I think it's more than I thought. So for shields, there was 3 shields. I'm not gonna buy them to check them now, but we are going to make entries for them. Iron shield. You got steel shield. We got magic shield. We could have already gotten magic shield from the last dungeon. That would actually have been a better thing to chase down than the steel helm anyway. That's 21,000 gold. I don't know if it's enough to actually chase down. We probably need to level up anyway, so we'll get gold along the way. It won't matter. But yeah, let's check out. And that was all the armors. Yep. So let's check out the weapons. The weapons are gonna have a few entries that we didn't have before. So we didn't try most of these, but we will eventually. So bullwhip. 4,000 gold. We will get short spear. By making entries and not finishing them, I will know I need to find out, so that's why I'm making the entries for my own sake later. We already had the double axe. I need a bronze lance at some point. And that's 5,000. Okay. We've got this battle hammer for 18,000. We already have the broadsword on there. We have iron lance and steel lance. Cool. That is the full gambit. Cool. Thanks for bearing with me if you did there. We are going to make sure we put our weapon back on because we weren't wearing that. And I'm gonna double check the value of that mail again. Yeah, that's more than I thought. So that is 135. That's very good armor. Okay, fantastic. That's the full gambit. So I'm gonna save it, and then I'm gonna talk about what I thought about the balance of that last trial. Alright, so we did well on this particular adventure as well. We did have a real near miss at the beginning when we underestimated our lovely new friends, but we also had a bug that happened from the while we were fighting lizard men, and that wasn't so good. So yeah. I don't know if that's something that is random to that area. I don't know if it's something related to that enemy. I also don't know if it was just something that could have happened at any point. Like that could just happen anytime I'm playing this, to be honest. I don't know. It's kind of hard to pin down, at least. So yeah, there's that. But as for the actual enemies, for the most part, I thought they were pretty awesome. I liked our upside down spider friends. I don't know if you can edit like their textures too much, but if you could get rid of the shadow somehow and make it something different, that might be interesting. But I think the shadow didn't really work upside down the same way. But I don't know how that works. As for the enemies, the only one that I didn't see anything interesting happening with it was actually the Crusher. They didn't have any abilities that I saw. I do think that maybe your Knight Wraiths could use an attack magic of some kind. Maybe they just didn't use it. And maybe the Tarantias could use like a low-level magic, something that they do that isn't just ensnaring, because they did try to do that an awful lot and it doesn't really do damage. So while in combination with enemies it could be dangerous, it's really not that dangerous with what's going on. And I'd say the same for the fungoids, but because they get summoned in the previous dungeon, maybe they're fine just the way they are. Like, they don't need to be beefed up. They're already summoned by our Jago Butch friends. so they're probably fine. But yeah, the progression of experience compared to the other versions, I feel like it's about on par with what I'd hoped for. I think we're probably like 4 levels higher than we would be in the base game, which is fine. As for the Battle Edition, I'll compare how this cave's EXP things are going on. So the lowest level enemy in the Cave of Wisdom would be the Dark Jackals, and they have 288 EXP and 95 gold. Although gold doesn't matter in that. Gold is very, very exponential, and that really doesn't matter after that, at that point even. But yeah, that's over twice what the lowest one in this one which is 135 with the smokes. So actually your EXP starts catching up to theirs. So your highest one for the basic enemies is the Cockatrice at 325. So compared to the highest one over there, which is the Ale Gel, that one has 450 EXP, so yeah. As for the next one down, that would be the Sorceress at 200. So if you want to consider the Cockatrice to be the ultimate danger in there, which they kind of are, maybe they aren't, but Blast level 3 is more dangerous than a lot of the stuff. Then yeah, I guess that could be fair. Oh, actually I'm wrong. The Magicians are the strongest in the Cave of Wisdom. Those ones gave 500 EXP. I should probably sort them by how dangerous they are. That is the danger of collecting all this data. You have to organize it, so eventually you come across conflicting design elements for that sort of thing, so you change your mind a few times, and yeah. But as for the balance, I enjoyed it. I think it's going well. Basically just the couple of things I said is basically how I saw it potentially changing in a way that might make it more balanced. But I don't know, I'll leave all that up to you. You can decide how you want it. If you want it to be more difficult, you want it to be less difficult, it's all up to you. And I am going to call it a stream here, and we will continue again on the main part of the labyrinth on our next adventure. You take care, and bye-bye now.